Hi everyone, we are in the portion Ha'azinu. It's the end of the book of Deuteronomy, Sefer Dvarim. Dvarim, speak. Things that been spoken. Things, scenarios, situations, trials. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Moses is telling us the stories we went through. And he told us, Moses, do you remember? Do you remember? It's not just to remember. The portion of the week, Ha'azinu. What is Ha'azinu in Hebrew? Listen. Well, in English, in biblical words, it goes like that. Give ear. Give me your ears. Give me the essence of your ear, your ability to listen, to hear, but to hear deep. To hear deep, to what? To the stories. And when you'll see the stories between the Creator and us, Moses is telling us, when Israelites, when the sons of Israel will listen, Ha'azinu, will give ears to this bond between God and the Israelites. The one chose a nation. And Moses, the coacher, the prophet, telling us, towards the end, we have just another portion, Vezot HaBracha, which we will read in Simchat Torah. Ha'azinu, in order to be happy, you need to listen to what? To this beautiful bond between you and God. You need to observe and to listen to the stories that you went through. What happened there? Well, he's telling you in bottom line, in this portion, I was there always with you, even if you were so far away. Where were you? Listen to this relationship between me and you, and relax and feel good and feel loved. Do you listen to the stories? Do you see them? What you went through? And there was always there the one in divine providence to come and to take you out of where you are. The salvation arrived, the Geula arrived. And Moses is reminding us and he's telling us, when you will listen to those stories in the book of life, in this journey between me and you, when you will really observe the bond, what will happen to you? When mind understand, heart open, you will sing. Ha'azinu is a poem. Ha'azinu is a poem, is a song. And when a person feels to sing, when he feels good, but how you can feel good? Only when you're observing the scenarios of your life, all that you went through. And you concentrating on the good, and you see how God was there to help. Not going into the interpretation that all the scenarios I went through, you perceive them in a negative way. So Ha'azinu is a poem that most of the sons of Israel in the past were learning it by heart. Everyone knew it. Well, this song, Moses is explaining us so many things and in so many secrets and analogies, this connection with God. But what is interesting to see, and the Lubavitcher Rebbe is bringing, that if you're saying that this portion, Ha'azinu, and Ha'azinu to what? To the bond that I have between you, Israel and God. And this bond, you're supposed to reflect and to feel it as something good. So why there is so much criticism in this poem towards Israel? Usually singing is something that's elevating, but when you're looking into this poem, this song, you will see that as well. Moses is telling the sons of Israel, you know, God found you through a beautiful lyrics. God found you in the desert, took you as a nation to him. And you went with them, but then you turn away. You turn your back on him. And then like bad karma came and wrong things happened, etc., etc. And he's reminding us that God like really put us through many difficulties, lots of pain. So how come you can call it a song? Well, the Lubavitcher Rebbe is saying something beautiful. This poem as well doesn't end in criticism. It ends in that the Israelites returning back to God after they realize they messed up in their journey. They're realizing that the Torah is truth. And they want to return to the source. They want to return to this relationship. And at the end of this portion of the week, the poem is talking about that all nation will be happy when God will reveal himself. The Geula will happen, the salvation will happen. All nation will be happy in Israel. No one will bother us anymore. They will understand the truth. And we will be the spiritual leaders. So what do we see here? We see that God found us in the desert, beginning. We see the middle of the story, that we turn back our back on him. And he did like that to us and like that, and we did to him like this, like really a relationship, like between man and a woman, between friends, at work. He did to me this, I do to him this, I did to him this. But then next stage, the Israelites realizing that no, this relationship not good. We went away, we were basically lying to ourselves, running from ourselves. We want to return to the source, back to the Torah, back to where we belong. We realize that the divine truth, through learning, through coming to classes, through our life experience, that this reality is truth. We still have doubts. And then it's the Geula Amitit V'Ashlema, the third temple. Like all nation realizing that, God exists and the Torah is the divine truth and tatatam and a big party. So it's all one beginning, middle, and an end. It's all one part. It's all a part of a journey. Chelek mi maslul. This criticism that the sons of Israel receiving in this poem, it's a part of a procedure. So you don't look on, when you're looking only at that part, you're very subjective because you're seeing only the criticism. But start in the beginning, go all the way to the end, you'll see one circle. Starting, I found you. We're getting into a relationship, fighting, arguing, disagreements, doubts. But then in the end, you return realizing to this choice that you had in the nice relationship in the beginning. And then the revelation, the redemption. Moses is telling the sons of Israel, it's the end of the book of Deuteronomy. What will happen in the end? What's going to happen next? So you need to realize that what's happening between us, it's only a part of a journey. And when you look at the whole journey, and you see that the journey is ending in ascending up, elevation, redemption, so all that we went through was for the good. It was worth it. Because there'll be an end, which is a beginning, that we will leave this galus. So that's why if we're trying to answer the question we ask, how come you say a poem, a song, holds within it so much criticism, only when you're realizing that the criticism is a part of the whole. And you're looking at the whole, you don't looking at the part. You're looking at the whole picture, not just at a part of it. You're looking at the whole picture, the whole journey, not just a part of it. And when you have this ability as well in life to do it, mainly in communication between people, in our relationships, usually someone is doing something to us, he's hurting us, we're going through friction with him. Why? Because we're concentrating on what he did wrong. We're criticizing only, but we do not see the whole picture. We see right now just what not good, and that will take every relationship down. And that's what happened with the Israelites in the desert. When God gave them water, they complained, oh, why not mineral water? They always had to say something. They was never satisfied, constantly complaining. So one of the expression, so we understand that when we look at it at the whole picture, then we can see the good in it. That's when we can see the beauty of this bond, and not concentrating only on the negative part, and which the negative part have as well meaning to it, intention to it. What is the intention of the criticism, of the going down, of the stories, of the difficulties in this relationship with God? Only for the coming elevation to happen. So it's a part of a process. So if you think about it, you're never really going down. You're up and down like waves, but looking forward to the horizon. Over there, it's a high elevation. So all the up and downs are part of a one way going up. That's when you can feel the poem. That's when you can feel the beauty in this bond. And there's an amazing saying that God is reflecting in the bond between us, and He's as well reminding us, with all the beauty, remember to succeed in this beauty. When a person in relationship in daily life behave not in a good way, there's negativity within him, it will reflect onto the other person. This idea coming very deep in the Torah, when the Torah is saying in the portion of Ha'azinu, Chelek Hashem Amo, Yaakov Chevel Chalato. Chelek Hashem, part of the divine, Amo, his nation. Yaakov is connected to me like a rope between heaven and earth. Yaakov Chevel Nachalato. Meaning, try to visualize a bond between men and the infinite light, blessed him. That you are one side of the rope, and he is the other side of the rope, and you are one. It's only to our physical eyes we think we are separated from him, but we really one. And all the people on this earth are truly one, because we all came from him. That's where Ahavat Israel, love the other person, come from. But let's go to our idea. When the rope is down, it's you, and the other edge of the rope is God. So wherever you walk in this journey, wherever you're walking, you take the Creator, the infinite pure light with you. Wherever you go, wherever you turn, wherever you put your intentions, wherever your will is drifting, wherever your pleasures are taking you, you know who's coming with you? The one who loves you. The Creator. So that's a vessel to our mind to really sometimes feel, before we're taking certain choices in life, to behave in certain way, to act, to react, to communicate with our reality around us. How we basically behaving in relationship, how we behave as people, what we deciding to do with this amazing particle of the divine. Chelek Hashem Amo, you're part of the divine. So if basically you're deciding to take it to the pub, to the pool tables, or you're taking him into something spiritual, a beautiful gathering, a class, doing something good. But you can do an amazing combination when you take yourself to the pub, playing pool, but talking words of wisdom, creating light around you, talking to people about the meaning of life and that we are, reminding them, listen, give ear, O heavens, and I will speak. Moses is saying to the sons of Israel, I bring the sky as a witness to this bond between us. And may the earth hear the words of my mouth. And I bring the earth that will be an ever edim. How do you say edim? They will be forever, that you will be forever witnesses to this bond between us. And when you see it properly, you will sing. But sometimes, when you take yourself with your ego, with your interest, and you're going a certain way, which is not good, you're taking God with you. If you're only reminding yourself that He's connecting to me, it's a power maybe to create a different scenario, to react differently to whatever is facing me, to feel more successful in my choices. God is telling us, when you will look in this history, what you will realize. I never left you. I was always there for you. I never left you. Na 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 na. I was always just beside you. I never left you. I never left you. You never gave me your ears. Listen to this bond. May we'll all have Gmar Chatima Tova. You know what? I'll tell you another story. Amazing story. You remember that I mentioned that once all the Israelites knew this poem by heart. Why? There's an amazing story that connects to a verse that is trying to reflect how the Torah is infinite and how this wisdom is infinite, how this wisdom is past, present, and future. Let's go back 1,800 years in the history. There was a person that called the Ramban. The Ramban was one of the wisest and holiest teachers in the dynasty of the great masters. One of his disciples in one of his classes once heard his master saying that the whole world and all that there is in it exists within this portion called Ha'azinu. All that within this reality exists within this portion. It was overwhelming to his disciple. The disciple went out of the class starting thinking, like, contemplating with himself, the whole world in such a short poem. Maybe it was a long portion, but the whole world in a short portion. Listen to the thought. The pattern starts. The whole world in a short poem? Maybe a long? The doubt starts. And he started thinking, and he said, the disciple is saying of the Ramban, saying to himself, I don't want the whole world. I want only one thing. And the thought that came to his mind was, I want to know if my name is in this portion. His name was, of the disciple, Avner. Rabbi, we write in Hebrew, Rabbi R. Avner, the name, Aleph, Bet, Nun, Resh. Avner. That's it. And he looked, and he looked, and he looked for months. And he couldn't find his name. He went out of the path. He left Judaism. He went away from the city of his master. Slowly growing himself with other nations, with Christianity, with their armies, becoming a big general, and then becoming into the church, and becoming a big cardinal. So wise, his Jewish mind. And after about, don't catch me there, 12 years, 13, maybe less, I don't remember that part. He came to the city of his master in Yom Kippur, and Yom Kippur is another 2 days, and may we all have Gmar Chatima Tova, may we will all be sealed in the book of life. And he came to his master in Yom Kippur. He sent his slaves, his workers to call the Ramban over to him. The Ramban came over. You know what his disciple Avner did? The big cardinal now? He made barbecue, pork, chops. Pork chops, pork, whatever you call it. On the barbecue in front of him in Yom Kippur, while everyone is fasting. The teacher started crying. What happened to you? Why? So you see all that? Because of you. What? Because of you. There was a class, I was in one of your classes, and you said that the whole world exists within the portion of Ha'azinu, and I looked only for one thing, my name, and I couldn't find it. And the teacher said, let's make it short. But it's deep what's happening there. The master is telling him, look at the verse in this poem. There is a verse says, Amarti af ehem ashbita me'enosh zichram. God brought you up within nations. He maintained you through all history. You can see how this bond is real. We are the only nation that still exists with all its customs. Interesting. I'm the one that brought you up. I'm the one that will take you away from this memory and success that you had, and everyone glorified you and appreciated you. I will make the other nation to dislike you. You will disappear. Your glory will disappear from your memory. That's the verse, but in Hebrew it's shorter. I try to explain those, profound words. Amarti afem ashbita me'enos zichram, which is more deep understanding to it. He told them, look at the verse. Take every word. Amarti afehem ashbita me'enosh zichram. Take every word and look at the third letter. The third letter of the first word, the third letter of the second word, the third letter of the third word, and the third letter of the fifth word. It's complicated in English a little bit. When he took the letters out, what he saw written? Rabbi Avner. He saw his name within the verse. The disciple Avner, which was the Christian cardinal, was on his knees asking for slicha. He realized, sorry, forgive me. He didn't justify himself. He just say, you are right. I'm wrong. I did wrong. And that's the inner work we're supposed to do in those days of the 10 days of tshuva. That's the work we're supposed to do in between people. When you suddenly realize you are wrong, let go. Sorry. So God will forgive about things between Him to us. But we need to forgive each other. That's our work. And that's how He will forgive us. May will be successful. The story ends, and that's a true story. The story ends that he asked his master, what is my tikkun? Why you say tikkun? I don't know in English. How can I fix what I've done? Can you realize what I've done? I took Jewish into Christianity. I told Christians to kill Jews. How can I correct all that? The master told him, look at the verse. Within the verse is your tikkun. And each and every one of us have his verse. His initial name have a verse to it. Stay in touch through Facebook. We can work out. There will be slowly meeting group through the internet that will talk about the power of your name and the power of the letters within your name, helping you just to direct more or less to what is the deep meaning things that you need to do in life to accomplish as far as your spiritual duty. To give guidelines, main guidelines. say, look at the verse, what it says in the verse, Ashbita meno zichram, and I will take your memory, good memory, Israelites, out of the memory of the nation. They won't remember your glory. They won't appreciate you so much like in the past when I was with you and there was a temple, etc. So same, you need to take yourself and disappear. Lower yourself. He took, that's the story say, he took a boat with a sail, with no mashotim. How do you say mashotim? I don't know. Without the sticks that... Only with the sail, he dropped the mashotim out, he took those sticks out, and he went into the sea. What happened? No one knows. May we will learn to forgive each other. How we can do that? Ha'azinu. Listen to the bond, and within the bond, with this bond between us, decide to look at the good that happened. Not on what is wrong, how things will happen, not according to my expectations, and I will like, wow. Be within the good, listen to it. And then you will find yourself singing in happiness. May we be all blessed by good year.